What's up, guys? How you doing? So it's no secret that I'm switching over to Smash Ultimate in December when it comes out. I think it's December 6th the game drops. I've been extremely excited about it. I've been trying to prep my audience for it as much as possible. Apologies for the awful quality of this video and the other video that I'm not going to show all of, but just some clips of to introduce people to Smash here. This was what we were running back then. It was a long time ago. Let me see when this was uploaded, actually. 2011, so yeah, 7 years ago. And Smash never had the kind of quality that it has now in terms of streaming. You know, we were really self-made and grassroots. So yeah, back when I was at my heyday in Smash, in Brawl, when I was a sponsored player, I came over to Smite after being one of the first sponsored players for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Actually, me and DM Brandon back then were the first sponsored players as a team by an organization called VVV Gaming. They were like a really small organization. We only got, you know, like we got a little bit from them, but it was still something. It was still a sponsorship. We still have the claim to it. So yeah, we were the first sponsored Brawl players, and that was a blast because, you know, 7 years ago I was only 17, and I was able to travel all over the place, like MLG Orlando. They flew us out to and stuff, and it was a very exciting experience. You know, Smash has been ingrained in my life, and I started playing all the way back in. Well, I guess when Smash 64 first dropped, I've told the story a couple times on stream. My house flooded, and we had some type of insurance, and we got some sort of settlement, and we got a little bit of money out of it. My mom gave $50 to each of us. We went to the mall, and we picked up Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 64 back then, and that was the first game I ever bought with, you know, my own money. From that day on, I was just, you know, enthralled with the series. So coming from a Smite perspective, I want to give you guys a glimpse of Smash, and just give my thoughts on Smash and why I think that a lot of you will be interested. You know, of course, I'm coming at this from somebody that doesn't want to lose his entire following, both for sentimental reasons and for, of course, financial reasons. You know, I am a content creator as my job here, and you know, of course, I'm always going to be having to think about where I'm at, and unfortunately, take it, you know, like a job. So, what was I going to say? But more than anything, I would like people to be able to give Smash a chance just for the scene itself, for Smash's growth, and for the tremendous opportunity we have here with Ultimate. Smash Ultimate's going to be blending all of the Smash games. It's got mechanics that it's borrowing from all of them, and just kind of meshing them all together in what looks like the best way possible. They still have Rage, which is a mechanic added in Smash 4 that makes you get stronger. You have more knockback, more killing potential the higher in percent you are. Percentage in Smash is basically your damage indicator. The more hits you take, the more percent is racked up. Each move does a set amount of damage, and you start to that number starts to depreciate actually as you use those moves. It's called staling. That was introduced in Brawl. 99% sure it wasn't in Melee staling. So spamming the same sort of move doesn't actually work out. Oh, Caesar, thank you so much for the 52 months, man. Jesus Christ, thank you. Wow. Thank you, man. Oh, and it worked, too. Caesar had his sub streak taken away with it. He got it back. Good. I'm fucking glad, because that was crazy. 52 months should not have been lost there. All right, so yeah, Smash has evolved a lot over the years, and you know, they've introduced new mechanics here and there, but you know, I guess for a lot of people that are watching Smite that don't know Smash that well, I wanted to just give, you know, an introductory entry level kind of video for it, and just explain what appeals to me about Smash and what I think would be appealing to you guys as Smite players. So Smite and Smash, you know, on surface level, don't really have a lot in common. You know, one is a MOBA and the other one is a fighting game. Now, the difference between Smash and other fighting games, though, is that it is a platform fighter, which means that you're trying to knock each other off of a platform. You see the platform here that we're standing on. There are other, the main platform called the stage, and then the other platforms that are on the stages. Sometimes there are stages with no platforms, like Final Destination. There are different stages that you use in competitive, and all of them have, you know, different different tricks and different like tools that you can use for different characters that benefit or hinder certain characters or certain methods of play. So other than that, the fact that you have stocks, you're trying to kill each other. In Brawl, it was 3 times. In Smash 4,
Trains, baby.
Jesus, that scared the shit
love
out of me.
you and your content. Stay strong and know your love.
Thank you so much,
that
Valkyrie.
goes
I
to
love
all
you, man.
Of chat too.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I have my headphones turned all the way up, so it just blew my eardrums out. Holy shit! All right, so. So you're in Smash 4, it's 2 stocks, in Melee it's 4. So it's actually pretty funny. It went 4-3-2, which actually goes to show that the game was getting slower as it went on, and I think that's something that they addressed in Smash Ultimate. So basically, Smash and Smite are both very dynamic games. If you're watching me, you're probably somebody that either plays or enjoys watching Duel. And Duel and Smash are what I think actually have a lot in common. While Smite as a whole, as a MOBA, 5v5 experience on the Conquest, map and with Conquest playstyle, that I'll admit has nothing to do with Smash. Other than the fact that it feels dynamic, there's something about the game to me that just has a certain unique feel to it, and it just like gets you hyped when you're playing it. You feel very in control of the character. It's not like other MOBAs, Smite obviously, where you have the top-down experience. You're pointing and clicking, and it's just a different kind of experience. That kind of third-person view that you get in Smite makes it a lot more dynamic, and you feel a lot more in control. And I think Smash offers a lot of that kind of I know I'm using this word a lot, but it's honestly the best word for me to describe it, that dynamic feel where you really feel in control of your character, and you can just exercise so many options. There's so much unique play in Smash and so much counterplay. The same way that I try to bring a lot of that kind of mental play into Duel with, outthinking my opponent, thinking about what they want to do and where they want to be, is the same kind of thing you can use in Smash, given the stage dynamic, the whole way that the stages are set up, and the layout, and the fact that you're trying to edge guard, keep people off the stage. That's always something that has appealed to me a lot. Yo, Ami Boy, thank you so much for the 420, dude. So here's a matchup where I was up against Salem, who became one of the absolute best in Brawl at the end of Brawl's heyday. And I was playing Falco here. My main was Meta Knight, but I was playing Falco because this was actually this was Juice's tournament too. Back when I was part of Juice, like I said, I was static partnered with DM Brandon. I was in the original Juice clan. I was in the car when it was formed and everything. Many things have happened since then, and I am not a part of them or have any affiliation with them now. But yeah, this was a Juice tournament, and this is where we actually banned Meta Knight. Ironically, he's displayed here despite being banned. But yeah, he was banned because he was a pretty overpowered character that I just happened to main. And I was glad at this tournament that I was able to show that I could actually, contend with the best of them while playing my secondary, Falco, as well. But yeah, so as you can see, in a dynamic like this, with the opponent trying to return to the stage, you have so many options to try to force them off the stage and counter their recovery. It all comes down to knowing the character that you're playing, knowing the character that they're playing, and just knowing the way that the game is going to play out, knowing what options they have available to them in terms of their jumps, in terms of their recovery abilities and things. And I think that that conditioning of your opponent is something that I've brought to Smite tenfold. That's really what has allowed me to enjoy it, just that competitive aspect of it. And I think that a lot of you guys will find the same thing with Smash. I imagine one of the biggest problems most people will have looking into Smash right now from a Smite perspective is that it's on the Switch and you might not have access to a Switch, right? I understand money is a problem for all of us, and the Switch isn't cheap, so I get that for sure. My recommendation there would be the holidays are coming up. Maybe you have an opportunity there. Hopefully you do. If you do get super interested in Smash and start thinking about it, you can always download Melee legally and play Melee online and stuff, and just start getting a feel for Smash. All you'd have to do is get a GameCube controller and a GameCube controller adapter, and if you just have the Dolphin emulator, you can play Melee online, or just play it against computers and just get used to the feel of the game. Ultimate's not going to be that different from Melee in terms of its core mechanics, you know. While it'll be a very different game for people that have played Melee competitively and all the other games competitively, it's still, you know, it's core Smash. So if you understand Smash, you'll have a better chance going into it at just being a more solid player overall. So yeah, I think that's definitely something to think about. The fact that the holiday timing does work out, that was definitely something that they considered when they decided to launch December, you know, early December. So I think there's a good chance for people that want to get the game later in that month. And I think that watching it is going to be a delight, honestly. Playing Smash competitively for me, one of the driving points for me that made me want to play was wanting to entertain people, wanting to be the type of player that, you know, people would cheer for and people would go crazy over. And just like, I love playing a quick pace and just, you know, conditioning my opponent, like I said, forcing them into, you know, games of mental gymnastics that I can outplay them in and things like that. Looking at it like chess, but also an incredibly fast moving chess where you are just flipping around the pieces and I don't know why you would flip them, but you're moving around the pieces as quickly as possible and just trying to overwhelm your opponent. And that's the same kind of play style that I try to bring to Duel, but unsuccessfully a lot of the time because, as we all know, Smite a lot of the time is about camping. It is about patience. And in Smash, there's definitely, you know, patience is required, but it's not nearly as much. It's not nearly as enforced. You know, you can force the opponent to play your game if you have the right kind of pressure game and stuff. Just look at Mango in Melee, one of the top players in Melee and previously the best in the world at Melee. Just an incredible force and an incredible player to watch. Just people just marvel at his play because he's so fast, and just the type of game that he plays is so different than what you normally see in Smash as well, or in any game really. So yeah, the fact that you can be that sort of player and succeed at it is just so exciting to me. So I'll show you a stock here, or I think two stocks of this Meta Knight Band tournament where I was playing my secondary Falco. My old buddies Pierce, 7D, and Gunblade were commentating here. So yeah, like I said, this was my secondary, not my most comfortable
Nshadow
character.
said you're not going anywhere. Nshadow said you are not going anywhere.
So yeah, I was able to condition her off of the stage there and take her stock cleanly. If you understand the mechanics of Smash, you know, I think you'll start to get it more and more. I almost SD here, and it would have been really bad at SDing, just meaning self-destructing. But yeah, the fact that I'm able to play this quickly on him was something that I was always really proud of. Also, if you notice, I have like a really bad chin quiver when I'm watching when I'm watching Smash footage, especially of myself. I have a really bad chin quiver that I've had ever since I was a kid, and it's just awful. But yeah, this was a character that my sister actually made and was the best in the world at one time. So I was able to exploit her and two-stock this guy Salem then, where he was, like I said, one of the best players in the world and became the best Zero Suit Samus, like uncontested. So that was always a really cool thing. And like as you can see, back then, like I said, we were grassroots. Look at this face here. I think that's Nicole. She was this awesome Peach main. The thing about the Smash community is that it was so close-knit. I think that you guys will have so much to look forward to in terms of being able to relate to me more closely, too. Being able to actually play against me as well is a really big point, because if you do have a Switch, I'm going to be playing viewer games literally nonstop, like all the time. If I don't have somebody over playing with me, which I feel like won't happen as much, like maybe I'll have my little brother, he plays, and you know, maybe I'll have some friends that might be in the area from time to time come over. But on my regular stream, I'm just going to be playing on Wi-Fi. And, you know, Wi-Fi meaning that just you post your friend code in the chat, I'll add you up, and you can just join and play with me at any time. So I think that's going to be a really exciting thing. I'll give, like, subs perks, you know, give them first come, first serve kind of thing for give priority to subs. And I think it'll be a really nice way to integrate streaming and Smash. You know, if you watch any of the other Smash streamers, you can see right now how it works. People like Nairo are able to fight a lot of the people in their chat. Right now, he's at a height that it's incredibly difficult for him to get to everyone because he's got so many viewers. But the benefit that we'll have starting out is that it'll be a smaller stream for the time being, right? So not to my benefit, but for your guys' benefit, that'll be nice. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really exciting part of it. You know, you can grow and learn with me and just have a ton of fun with it along the way. So I'm very excited for that. And like I said, just the ability to, it's not like Smite where there are, you know, one, maybe up to 3 big events that you can go to every year to meet up with people. Smash, there are tournaments in almost every area of the US at least, that has tournaments on a weekly to bi-weekly basis, maybe once a month at like, that'll be the, if you're like shortchanged in your area, you have like a tournament once a month. Tournaments for Smash are very easy to run, and they are very well supported by the community. So it's something that, you know, you can jump right into. You can go to a tournament, you can meet up with friends, you can meet new friends there. You can really just have a very interesting kind of experience, and a really wholesome one at that. So I think that that's something that Smash really offers that a lot of people should look forward to. Like I said, it's a completely different game, and I understand that. So I, you know, I don't want to pressure you guys into it. Well, I do want to pressure you, but not in a bad way. Nah. But I do want you to at least, you know, consider it. Think about Smash and the potential for your future. Try it out. If you don't like it, then screw it, right? But that's why I insist that you probably should try out Melee on like an emulator first, just so you get the feel for it, so that maybe you don't, you know, put all of your money into Smash by buying a Switch if you haven't gotten one already, and you buy Smash and you happen to really hate it, you know, it's just not for you, then I would feel terrible that I convinced you to. So I definitely advise you to either do that, or if you have access to a Wii U, you can just get Smash 4. You can probably get it for like cheap on eBay, and just try it out, because like I said, the core mechanics are going to be similar, even if the game itself isn't something that you enjoy as much. I stopped playing Smash because I didn't like Smash 4 much. It wasn't what I had loved in both Melee and Brawl. I played Melee competitively. A lot of people didn't know that I did, because I was like 14. I was a young kid. Back in 2012 I started, which was, wait, 2012? No, that can't be. 2008. 2006. Goddamn, Brawl came out in 2008. That's when I started with Brawl. 2006 I started playing Melee competitively. So I was only, what the fuck? That can't be right. No. The years are not adding up, you guys. The years are just not adding up. It was 2006. Then I was, okay, no, it was. Yeah, I was only 12 years old. I got into it at 12 years old, and I started attending tournaments regularly. Like I said, just, you can jump in. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can just attend tournaments, and that's how I made my entire friend group. That's how I, you know, progressed through life, just wanting to be a champion at this game and wanting to be a force to be reckoned with, just having a blast with it and having so much passion for it. So if I could share even an ounce of that passion with you guys, you know, I would love the opportunity. So yeah, definitely give it a try. I'm going to end on watching this one clip that's actually commentated by Allied. I was almost crying when I was listening to it. But if you guys don't know, Allied, the man himself, big, just huge presence in Smite, just such a fucking amazing person that unfortunately passed away due to cancer. The Smite community did so much for him, and he did so much for it. He left his mark on it, and you know, so many people will remember him fondly for years and years to come. And he commentated this game along with TV. Actually, TV was, like I said, I was one of the founding members of Juice, and Juice included TV at the time. If you know him now, I don't know if he's actually as close with Juice still, or if he does stuff with him. I'm not sure what he's been up to, but you know, obviously I left, so I don't have the same kind of relationship anymore. But yeah, it was cool to see that as well. And there was also JG Wentworth was the other guy commentating. Just keep him off stage. This is when I was playing against ADHD. He was one of the best players in the world, and one of the players that I was able to consistently take sets off of. I didn't mention in the beginning of the video where I was really like ranked in Smash, because it was hard. Back then we didn't have a solid ranking system as we do now in Melee and Smash 4. They're the PGR, the Panda Global Rankings, and they like analyze all of your matchups, and you know, they really do the hard work on the data analysis to try to get your accurate rank. Of course, there's still argument and bias, and there's, you know, it's never going to be absolutely perfect, but you know, it's really cool to see how far they've come. But back in my time, I'd say I was ranked around like top 20 at this time when I was beating ADHD consistently, who was, or at least probably like maybe 70-30 at the time, or 60-40 I would beat him out of the times. Not that we played 100 times, but to give it, we played a lot because he lived in New Jersey and I was in New York. But yeah, he was another one that didn't really translate over to Smash 4 that much. I don't know if he had the same problem as me, that he didn't really love it. I didn't love a lot of the mechanics and it felt too slow to me. They went to 2 stocks for a reason. The game was slower and they needed to make it so that matches didn't last, just absolutely forever. But yeah, so this was the ending of one of our sets. And apologies again for the quality. Yeah, Meta Knight was my main.
Are you serious? Like just what I was saying, yo.
That's how
he just comes back. Oh, that might be it. Oh,
the DI, great DI. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it. Oh, rage quit.
Hearing Allied with the rage quit is just my favorite thing, man. We were able to play so fast and fluid, it's such a delight when you're in the zone and you're able to play Smash at this kind of a level. A lot of people didn't like Brawl, especially in the Melee community, and it had its faults. It had tripping, a mechanic that would just make you randomly trip sometimes, and your opponent just got the benefit off of it. But overall, the game, it was fast and it was fluid, and it offered a lot that, look at that. See, like, that's fucking cool. Being able to pressure your opponent off the stage like that and just get, like a nasty edge guard is like the equivalent in Smite of just getting like the perfect play, it's like getting the sickest Ao Kwang setup, like throwing the tornado one way, Zephyring Adam, and throwing the ultimate just slightly the other, so that they had to run into the ultimate to avoid the tornado. It's just so much to it that I love, and I just hope that you guys could share even a tiny bit of that with me, and I hope that things going forward that you guys enjoy it. You got me for Smite up until December, and like I said, as soon as Smash hits, I'm going to be transferring over and full force going into Smash, but until then, let's enjoy ourselves and keep up the Smite hype. I love you guys, and thank you so much for all the support you've given me. It's been a blast, and I can't believe how well received everything's been. Of course, there have been some people that are really upset about me leaving and stuff, but yeah, I don't want you to be upset and give up immediately on the stream without at least giving Smash a chance and thinking about it. Oh, and one last thing, actually, I forgot to include. Since Smash is a fighting game, a lot of people assume that combos. One thing that a lot of people don't like is like being comboed, and I agree. The feeling of being comboed, if you play a fighting game like Marvel vs. Capcom, you feel like just like so helpless at times because there's nothing you can do. If somebody gets the right combo set up on you, you can lose like half of your life just to this combo. And it's like, well, fuck, that sucks. I stepped out of position and they now get half of my life where I just can put down the controller. There's nothing I can do. One thing that Smash does to address this perfectly, actually, is called directional influence, which they call DI. Basically, every time you get hit in Smash, you can influence the way that you're hit very slightly, and sometimes very majorly, to avoid death, so that if you're hit with a powerful Smash attack that would send you into one of these corners, killing you off the sides of the stage, because there's like invisible blast zones once you get sent off to the sides or to the bottom. Basically, it's a box, and once you get out past the box, you're dead. So what you can do is, if you get hit by a powerful move, even, you can DI towards those corners so that you survive towards the top of the box, giving you a more amount of room to recover and stopping your character from being thrown out of the blast zone as quickly as you would this way. Now you have a much longer angle going upward, and that is something to me that has always been a driving force for how interested I am in Smash. Just having control, like I said, control being a major thing for me. Having control even while being hit is such an exciting factor to me. It just keeps the game so alive, and you're just in the action at all times, even while being hit, and that's so hype to me. So other than that, like I said, during combos as well, you can at least slightly influence the way you're going. So if somebody's hitting you with something that's consistently hitting you upwards, you can DI to the sides of that so that you slip out. They'll have to try to accommodate for your DI, and they'll have to follow you through that. So there's reads on people's DI too. It becomes a whole next level thing, and it's such an enthralling part of the game that you can spend so much time analyzing just how much different things can be depending on DI. And yeah, just check it out, think about it, and I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching.